I'm doing a review on some Christmas albums, and as it mentions in the title, I'm mostly doing it on the Duck Dynasty folks' Duck the Halls. So I'm going to make you wait a couple seconds for that one, though. Wanted to show you a couple other ones. This one here is something that my daughter got me for my birthday just shortly ago. Songs of Angels, Christmas Hymns, and Chorals. Now, if you're like me and you get kind of tired of rocking around the Christmas tree, and I saw Mama kissing Santa Claus, and I'm getting nothing for Christmas, and all the rest of those, you want to hear some sacred stuff. Some traditional, really nice Christmas stuff. This is a good one. So there it is again. Also, if you just came from Mars and you've never heard Mannheim Steamroller before, well then, this is a good CD for you. Otherwise, if you have any Mannheim Steamroller albums, and if you're like me and you have like every one that they've ever made, you might not want to get this one, because it's pretty much everything that they've already done, just in a little bit of a different style. In fact, it's just toned down stuff. Less synthesizer and all the rest. Pretty much the same thing as what you hear with synthesizers, but just a little more laid back. Less vocal stuff, in certain tracks, like Good King Wenceslas, they take the vocals out of there, which actually I think's better, but I like the old ones better. If you want to put cellos in the place of those vocals and keep the old stuff, that would be better, but I was a little disappointed with this. It's almost like they somehow schmoozed us into buying stuff, the thing that we already had. Okay, now here we go. I still am not yet quite ready to talk to you about the Duck Dynasty guys, but here's my first notion of when I saw that they had made this album called Duck the Halls. I thought it was going to be corny, and I sort of thought, I don't really want more corniness from the Duck Dynasty guys. I really love that show, of course, because at the end they pray. And that's really what I believe what makes that show very popular. A lot of people wouldn't admit that. But listen, I mean, there's all kinds of silliness on TV. We can go anywhere if we want to see vain babbling and nonsense. But what makes that show unique is that they're willing to take a stand, and they pray. And I think that really touches the heart of just about everybody. Not everybody, but just about. And I think that's really what makes that show stand out truly. But, they've done a lot of really corny, goofy stuff on the show of late. It's kind of less reality and more like, hey, let's look, we'll pay for the truck, put a couple little kids in the back and just let them trash the thing. That's not reality to me. I think that's silliness. Old Uncle Si on his like hover round there, I didn't like that episode. Anyway, so I thought it was going to be corny. So it's like, yeah, well, I'll get to that once again. But now this one I knew was going to be corny when I saw it on the shelf. And let me tell you, it is. But I love it. 8 bottles of raccoon. Yeah, I'm not gonna have any spoilers here. You got to get this one. This is going to be a Christmas treasure at some point. Not to my kids. Maybe someday they'll like it, but right now they cover their ears and they squawk at me. But Mountain Man Christmas, Mountain Man. Okay, so now the Duck Dynasty guys, Duck the Halls. Here it is. You've probably seen it. You've probably heard it hyped. Once again, I thought this was going to be corny. I thought this was going to be just more dumb stuff. But it's not, man. This is a really, really nice album. I'm telling you, you want to get this before Christmas time comes and make this part of your Christmas traditions. I mean, these guys can really sing. And that Missy, man, Jace's wife, man, she is really good. And they all are good, really. Even Uncle Si is not really corny, really super corny. I mean, and it's just a neat, really neat Christmas album. You've seen other reviews probably where they name off the tracks. And when you hear the track names, it sounds dumb. But it's not done in a dumb way. And there's just a lot of really good Christmas songs on here. And then it's the the traditional prayer at the end, as they do at the end of the show. So it's just really nicely put together. It was a super surprise for me. I mean, I got it for my birthday. It was another one I got for my birthday, and I wasn't too excited about it. But when I heard it, I was like, boy, this is good. So that's my thoughts on the whole bit. And feel free to leave your comments in the comment section below. I want to just mention one other thing. There's a big controversy going on about Phil Robertson and what he said in the GQ magazine. And I say, hear, hear. It's about time somebody stood up to sin. Pastors in pulpits fail to mention what he mentioned and to be as direct about it. And this is my hope. I hope that the boys, the Duck Dynasty boys, will get behind their father and publicly, without even having to be asked, show their support for their father and what he said. Let A&E cancel the show. You don't think some other network's going to pick up on those guys being so popular as they are? And put the feet of the networks to the fire. Instead of Christians always having to bow out and say, no. Let's see if A&E is really willing to cancel that super popular show that's making them a boatload of money. So I just once again hope that the other fellas will take a stand and make statements themselves. I don't think A&E's going to dump them. I don't think Walmart's going to dump them. Because they're making too much money once again. But that's not what it's all about. The Bible says righteousness exalteth a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. And let's stand up for righteousness. I sure thank you for watching.